Hello, fellow Americans. I'm coming to you from room 111 here at Clintondale Middle School. And my objective today with this video is to try to help you to get through the chapter for your reading notes and to get both sides of your reading notes done. This video right here is going to talk about the intro and it's going to talk about amendments 1 through 5. This video is about the Bill of Rights. And getting our work done about the Bill of Rights is going to necessitate you, or it's necessary for you to read the chapter. These are called your reading notes. So the chapter starts on page 132, and on page 134 it talks about the person who's most responsible for the Bill of Rights. The person who's most responsible for the Bill of Rights is James Madison. I put the BAM on there because this is a test question. The person who's most responsible for writing the Bill of Rights is also known as the father of the Constitution. Very important person. His name is James Madison. So I want to go on first to tell you page 135 is where they talk about the First Amendment. The First Amendment is located in your reading notes on page 66 in the upper part of the shield. You have 5 icons that represent the 5 freedoms of the Bill of Rights. You have a cross and a Star of David, and that represents your religious freedom, or the separation of church and state. Congress shall make no law establishing or abridging the free exercise of religion. So this is a very important thing. You have a girl that says no war, and that is to represent free speech. You have a newspaper that is to represent the freedom of the press to be able to write what you want to write. And the combination of these two is called freedom of expression. You also have some protesters who are holding signs that says no more killing. They have the freedom of assembly. And then you have a man at a desk with his arms spread. That is the freedom of petition. The next thing that I want to get to is the Second Amendment, which is located directly below the First Amendment in our reading notes, and it has a gun on it. The Second Amendment is located on page 138 in your book, and that is the right to keep and bear arms and to have a well-regulated militia. This is a very controversial amendment because of the rash of shootings in this country. But when it comes down to it, we have the right to keep and bear arms and defend our own house and home. So that's Amendment 2. The right to keep and bear arms has to do with guns. Now you're going to turn your paper over to page 64. And on page 64, you're going to see a soldier sitting on the couch eating a hamburger with his gun out. And this is amendment number 3. And amendment number 3 is no soldiers in homes during peacetime. They're not allowed to save money. The government's not allowed to save money by putting soldiers in your home to live and for you to take care of and do their laundry and these types of things. So that's the Third Amendment. Okay, talking about the Fourth Amendment, we're going to turn back to page 66, and right next to the gun is this police officer who is arresting somebody, and the Fourth Amendment is to protect you against illegal searches and seizures, that the government cannot search your property without a search warrant. Obviously, there are limitations to this. One of the main things that we're going to talk about in class in dealing with the Fourth Amendment is the TLO case. So I definitely would mention that in my reading notes, that the TLO versus New Jersey case is a case about illegal searches and seizures. So this is where, like, if you watch a police show and they're talking about, do you have a warrant to the cops? That's where this comes from, that you are protected against illegal searches and seizures. So that is the Fourth Amendment. Now, the last amendment that I want to talk about on this video is a long amendment. This is the Fifth Amendment. So the Fifth Amendment is directly above the Third Amendment. Here's the Third Amendment. Here's the Fifth Amendment. So Amendment number 5 has 4 icons, or 5 icons. There's 5 rights in the Fifth Amendment. You have a Uncle Sam paying a guy money. That is, land cannot be taken for public use without compensation. So if the government is going to take your land, they have to pay you for it. You have a like a wanted poster where it's X'd out, and people do not have to testify against themselves. So that protects you. That's your Fifth Amendment. Like, your right to remain silent comes from the Fifth Amendment, where you do not have to testify against yourself. They can't force you to talk. We also have a jury trial, that the accused must be found guilty by a jury with beyond reasonable doubt. This beyond reasonable doubt thing has come up in a lot of cases. You also have this icon with a hammer, a gavel, plus another gavel. That is to signify double jeopardy. And what double jeopardy is if the government tries you for, let's say, murder, and the jury finds you not guilty, they can't charge you again for the same murder and just pick a different jury and see if they can convict you again and keep trying and trying and trying until they get the jury result that they want. That's called double jeopardy. Once you have been acquitted of a crime, you are acquitted of that crime forever. And the last one is you need a grand jury to bring you to a trial. The evidence, they have to present the evidence to a grand jury to make sure that that there's enough evidence to even have a trial. So the Fifth Amendment, there's a lot in there. You have the grand jury. You have a regular jury that has to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt to convict you on something. You have no double jeopardy. You have land taken for public use, must be paid for by the government. And the last one, and probably the most important one, is you do not have to testify against yourself. So I hope this helps with the reading notes for the First through Fifth Amendment. Stay tuned for the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th Amendment on the next video. God bless you, and God bless America.